right, Richard, so you're going to have a 1-minute opening statement. We have 3 questions, which you'll have 1 minute each to answer. You'll have a 1-minute close. Gabby is the timekeeper in front, and you can begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Richard Barnier. I have a long and impeccable record of service with this association. And as I look out across this room, I see a lot of my friends and family. I really appreciate that you all took the time to come here this weekend and do the hard work of sitting in this room and deciding who our next set of student leaders are. To cover anything else that you might need to know about me, I'm very passionate about representing students. People often accuse me of being a politician. It's not a good fit. The reason it's not a good fit is not because I can't lie with the best of them or any of that stuff. It's because party politics are divisive. They tell you who to vote with and when to vote with. When I do the work of representing students, all that matters is that it's a student issue.
All right. Question 1. Tell us about the best team you have worked on, and how did that prepare you to be a member of the cabinet?
My first year in student government, the current treasurer Rubel was actually my president. And his performance, I don't know. But what was cool and what I remember about that, I'm sorry, Matthew. I've limited amount of time, so I can't apologize too much. But what was significant about that team was all of us on the team agreed to show up. We agreed to support each other on each other's issues. And when something needed to be done, even though maybe every one of us in the room had no interest in doing it, we did it. And so how that prepares me to work with the team you guys have set forth and elected before me is that I am going to show up. I'm going to support them on their issues and your issues.
All right.
Whether it interests me or not.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Question 2. Tell us the 3 goals you hope to accomplish if elected treasurer.
I want to continue the trend of offering our financial information in a simple, clear, and concise way. In addition to that, I want the opportunity to grow our organization fiscally through grant writing and a look at alternative revenue generation, which is a fancy way of saying I think there's ways for us as a nonprofit to actually bring more revenue in than just student fee income. And then the third piece of that is I think internally there are ways we can put in place some financial structures that may save us a bit on the money it takes for us to get the books done every month. So those are my personal goals. The one thing I would add to this question is that I really want to carry your priorities forward. So, whatever you may feel about those goals, I encourage you folks to reach out to me and give me new ones.
Okay, question 3 is a hypothetical. A student submits a reimbursement request for travel expenses, and you know they've already been reimbursed through MnSCU to cover these costs. How do you handle this situation?
Hate mail. No, that was a joke. Be careful with humor. Anytime you go to resolve a conflict, whether you're the treasurer or the president, you need to find out the root of it. So in this scenario, you go directly to the student and say, hey, according to my information, you were already reimbursed for this. And according to MnSCU policy and our own current policies, you can have one or the other, but not both. And so based on that conversation, we're going to work towards a resolution. Maybe the student didn't know. Maybe it's more appropriate for us to be reimbursing them than MnSCU. It's kind of a weird scenario, but that's really how I would handle it. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that we're applying our policies equally and fairly to all the students.
All right, and then your 1-minute closing statement.
So I promised a bunch of folks that I would show them how to give a speech and run an election when you're the only candidate. And so at this time, could I have all of you stand, please? Quickly, I only have a minute. To be elected as your treasurer or any cabinet member, is the highest honor. And the reason I've asked you to stand is I want you to understand that if you elect me today, we stand together no matter what.